This week we've had a request from Dave Days.
Hey Sorted Food, Dave Days here. I'm part German, so I love German food. I think it'd be really cool if you guys made a German burrito. As long as it's got the German food essentials and is a burrito. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with, and I will definitely be jealous when I watch you eat it at the end. And I can't. Mail me some, yeah? Alright, bye.
Now you wouldn't usually find German burritos. It's a fusion of two very different cultures, but we're going to put lots of German flavours into it. We're going to make our own sauerkraut by pickling some cabbage. We're going to make spaetzle and put that inside of our tortilla with salami and Bavarian cheese. So lots of German flavours in the principle of a burrito.
Okay.
That's what Dave wants, that's what we're going to do. So to start off with cabbage for sauerkraut, which literally means sour cabbage. As ever, we're going to cheat with sauerkraut because sauerkraut is traditionally soured with salt. It's kind of fermented.
Okay.
So it's mixed with salt and left for days to ferment.
Dave Days.
To rot. Dave Days. Lots of days. To rot, and that's what gives it its authentic kind of flavour. But we're going to cheat it because we're going to do it in pickle instead. Okay. Okay, so instead of salting, we're going to pickle. So we've got cider vinegar.
Lovely.
Going in with the cabbage, apple juice, and then a very distinct flavour often associated with sauerkraut, juniper berries. Have you ever...
Yes, because this tastes like gin.
Yes, well I suppose so. They make gin from juniper berries. They're quite strong. They're not actually a berry, but they're going to go in as well.
I don't think it's supposed to eat them whole.
No, I think it's supposed to infuse and impart a lot of flavour in here. A few fennel seeds, and then we'll leave that to bubble away. It needs about 20 minutes until the cabbage softens and pickles. And in the meantime, we can make spaetzle.
What's spaetzle?
Another new thing to me. I've eaten it, I've never cooked it before.
Right.
So we have to do a bit of research for this one to get this right for Dave. But it's basically pasta kind of thing. It translates to little sparrow, but it's kind of pasta or dumplings made from flour, egg, and water that you boil.
Okay, and you're confident about this?
It's good.
No, I mean you're confident that you can do it justice?
Yes.
Okay. Any German viewers watching, we apologise in advance if it's not traditional.
I haven't got a spaetzle maker, so I'm going to use a colander.
A spaetzle maker?
Correct. So flour into a bowl, and you crack in 2 eggs.
Yep.
About a tablespoon of melted butter, generous pinch of salt, and some cold water. These are precise measurements, so you do need to get it right so you end up with a paste that's the right consistency. But then, with a whisk, beat it into a lump-free batter. And when I say batter, it's more like a paste. It's very sticky, like a wallpaper paste almost.
Okay. Now you and Dave Daves have something in common, don't you?
We've both cooked giant candy cookie before.
Ah, that's one thing you have in common. I was thinking more of your love for Miley Cyrus.
Oh, that too, yeah.
There's a party in the USA.
That's looking pretty good. At this stage, we scoop our spaetzle mix into our colander and just push it through into boiling water.
I'm really intrigued to see how this comes out because it's a very novel way of doing it. Do they use colanders in Germany?
No, they have a special machine, a bit like a potato ricer.
Okay.
That will push it through for them. And what you end up with are little sparrows, which is the exact translation.
The exact translation.
Okay. So you see them all floating around in there, like little rice grains. They don't take long at all because they're so small, literally 30 seconds to a minute, and then we can scoop them out onto a plate to drain off. You can use them as they are, or we're then going to fry them in hot butter, just to give them a kind of a golden colour as well before we put them into our burrito.
It's really strange because usually when you have a food from a different country from where you're from, there's usually an equivalent, like in the UK, but I can't think what the equivalent in the UK would be to that.
Not necessarily the UK, but the equivalent would be pasta.
Okay, yep.
Or dumplings. We make dumplings to put on top of stew, which steam on top of a stew.
Yep.
This is similar, but different because we tend to get heat on them as well, so you get a crunchy top and a fluffy inside. If we want to make large burritos, then we need to press plenty of spaetzle through, because that's what's going to bulk out our wrap. And while I'm doing that, Jay, do you want to cut up some other ingredients?
Yeah, sure.
We've got some salami, peppered.
Lovely.
If you just cut that up into small chunks. Of course, you could use something like a bratwurst sausage and fry that off, or any sort of salami.
Schnitzel.
Yep. Hot dog. Frankfurter.
I know you're probably going to gif and quote this, but I do love a good sausage.
Now we're going to heat up a knob of butter. That's plenty because we'll do that. And the same with this. Now this is, I was going to say my favourite cheese, but I had too many cheeses to have a favourite. This one's amazing. It's a Bavarian smoked cheese.
I'd love to live inside your head for a day.
Another German flavour. So if you chop some of that up, similar kind of size.
Skin?
Take the skin off. That's like a waxy seal that keeps it fresh. As soon as the butter is foaming and nice and hot, we can add our spaetzle in. So I guess it's actually a bit like gnocchi. Not potato gnocchi, but flour gnocchi, which we're then going to fry off. Now for our construction. So 1 flour tortilla.
Yep.
And plenty of spaetzle. This is equivalent to the rice you might put in a traditional burrito.
Which we have done, haven't we, actually?
We have done, Mexican burrito.
We did a Mexican burrito, and we also did a breakfast burrito. Which
that went down very well.
Probably one of my favourite recipes we've ever done on Sorted. It had everything in it. that you would eat normally in a burrito, which makes it a nice handy little package.
Some smoked cheese, some salami, then some German mustard, and finally, our sauerkraut. From here, fold in the sides, and then roll over, and roll the whole thing up, and I think you've got some tin foil there. The tin foil helps keep it shaped, keeps it nice and tight, and all compact, and keeps the temperature in it. Obviously, we put in cold cheese and cold salami, everything else has been warm.
Yep.
So you can just cut that up and serve as it is, or you can make several of them, put them in the oven, at about 180 degrees for 5-10 minutes to warm the whole thing through.
Nice.
But we're going to go straight off on this, snip off the excess tin foil, and then slice right the way through the middle. And there we go, our version of a German burrito, inspired by a lot of German flavours. We've got spaetzle, sauerkraut, salami, and Bavarian cheese.
And it's all for Dave Days.
Sorted.
So anything about burritos, you have to unwrap them. For just
The
to
anticipation.
dig straight in. There's so many different flavours.
German, Tex-Mex, combined.
You get the hit of the mustard, and then you get like the vinegariness of the sauerkraut.
The spaetzle's there for bulk and texture.
And you also get the heat from the salami. It's really good.
You're missing out, Dave. We'll get one in the post to you. And we know how good a cook Dave Days is. So we know he's going to make this because he has already cooked with us before, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. We did our epic candy cookie. If you want to see this and hundreds more recipes, make sure you're subscribed to the Sorted Food channel.